Good day, everyone. It's me, Teacher RJ, and welcome to our class. For today, we have a new lesson. It's all about music of Southeast Asia, particularly the country Indonesia. Many of you wants to travel other countries. When you travel, especially to a foreign country, you need to have an idea about their culture. Each country has its distinct characteristics. Knowing about them will help you adopt and cope with their culture. And one way to adopt their culture is knowing their music. Together, let's travel to one of the Southeast Asian countries, Indonesia. Indonesia is the world's largest island country and 14th largest country by area, and the world's fourth most populous country. The music of Indonesia demonstrates its cultural diversity. The local musical creativity, as well as the subsequent foreign musical influences that shaped the contemporary music scenes of Indonesia. Nearly thousands of islands in Indonesia have its own cultural and artistic history and character. But before we go further, class, let's answer the following essential questions. I want you to get your pen and paper and copy the following questions. What are the musical ensembles of Indonesia and its characteristics? What are the vocal and instrumental music of Indonesia? How the musical elements are used in selected song and instrumental pieces of Indonesia? In order for you to answer all these questions, you need to learn about the music of Indonesia. Musical elements used mostly in the Indonesian music. It has rhythm, characteristic of which is off-nested time, most likely in 2/4 time for 4/4 signature. The timbre, nasal. When you say nasal, it uses or the sound mostly produced in the nose. Melody, it uses the pelog and slendro. Form, mostly are repeated, and when it comes to harmony and texture, it's in polyphonic. When we say poly, that means many. When we say phonic, that means sound. Melody, or that means the tune of the song. It uses the slendro or the pentatonic scale, which composed of 5 tones. And these are the do, re, mi, sol, la. While pelog or heptatonic scale uses 7 tones such as do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti. Gamelan is the most popular form of music and a traditional ensemble in Java and Bali. Most of their instruments are in percussion. When we say percussion, it is mostly played through striking, tapping, or hitting it by hand or a stick. The gamelan comes from ancient roots gambel and gamel. The gambel is in from Bali, which means to play musically, while gamel in Java means hammer. Gamelan is a polyphonic structure. That means you can hear many sounds played together, composed by layers of sounds from simple and rhythmic patterns. These are the following instruments of the gamelan, and let's get to know each one of them. Watch this video closely and try to recognize or determine or describe the music or the sounds. likely polyphonic, has different layers, sound together, and most of their instruments are gongs. Javanese Gamilan, known for its expansive collection of a rich variety of instrument types. These are the characteristics of Javanese Gamelan. Used in court music, style in playing gives a solemn character and most likely in a percussion-dominated. Balinese Gamelan is similar to a Javanese music. However, it differs in terms of tempo. It is somewhat faster. There is a lot of changes in tempo and dynamics. When we say tempo, it is the rate of sound or the rate of speed of a sound, either in a fast or a slow, while dynamics, the loudness and softness of the sound. And it is more on metallophones than a gong. Balinese gamelan used for sacred music. Sounds are very bright and brilliant. The fast and rattling sounds of the cymbals is present most of the gamelan instrumental performances. Vocal in instrumental music. There are two types of which. When we say vocal, these are sung mostly by a female or a male or anybody with using a human voice. Sayang, sayang, sipatokaan, matigo, tigo, gurukan, sayang. If you are playing an instrument, most likely that belongs to a musical instrumental music. In a gamelan, they have what we called the pesidhen. Pesidhen is a female soloist singer, while the gerong is used to refer to the unison male chorus that sings with the gamelan. Instrumental music may be sound in a loud or soft. Most likely loud sounding performed in open space for ceremonies and festivals. Soft sounding are most likely performed in an indoor or a formal classical performances. And these are most likely described on what we call dynamics. Here are the different musical instruments of Indonesia. Khendang, the set of drums, two-headed hand play drum, and belongs to membranophone. In membranophone, from the word membrane, it uses an animal skin, while phone, the sound is being produced. Javanese gamelan, another instrument of it is Gong Ageng, which means large gong, one of the most important instruments, and belongs to a metallophone. Kempul, set of hanging pitch gongs. Metallophone. In Philippines, we call this gantingan. Different sounds produced by a different gong, from small to large. If it is small, most likely thin yung sound. Pag malaki yung gong, makapal yung boses or makapal yung sound or thick sound. So when you're going to describe the sound of a particular instrument, whether it has a thin sound or a thick sound. Bonang, a a small gongs. It is called kitol. In the Philippines, we have a similar instrument like that. We call that kulintang. Similar to gamelan, we call that here in the Philippines, palabuni-bunyan. Another instrument in the gamelan is called saron. It is normally has a 7 bronze brads placed on top of a resonating frame ranka. It is normally struck with a hammer, so it would create a sound. Gambang, a xylophone, consists of metals. It is considered as a metallophone. Another instrument is what they call the bamboo flute, classified as an aerophone instrument. Aerophone is most like the sound produced through air, either by blowing through mouth or nose. Let's get to know the Balinese Gamelan. Observe keenly with regards to the sound of this Balinese, how does it differs to the Javanese Gamilan. What do you call that particular instrument? Yes, it is. It is called Suling. Gamelan has different layers of sound. If you will listen attentively, sound is produced by a drum, another sound produced by a cymbal. That cymbal is what they call Ceng Ceng. Another sound is being produced. Balinese Gamelan has a bright, brilliant sound, and mostly a rattling sound coming from a Ceng Ceng or a cymbals. And it is somewhat large. It is somewhat faster in tempo and dynamics. And here comes another. Have you noticed there is a change of sound, change of dynamics and tempo? Yes, it is. Another instrument is what we call the Ceng Ceng. Another term for that is the cymbals. It's a traditional musical instrument from Bali. And the classification of it is metallophone. Gender Panerus is another important instrument in Balinese Gamelan. It's a bronze metallophone played with 2 disc-shaped mallets. Still belongs to a metallophone family. Here is one of the vocal instruments of vocal music in Indonesia, which is called the Sipatukaan, an Indonesian folk song. Now let's go to one of the vocal music of Indonesia, and that is one of the famous folk songs entitled Sipatukaan. Sipatukaan has its elements. It has a moderate in tempo, which uses, or allegretto, with a 4/4 time signature. And the tune of the song goes like this. Sayang-sayang si Patokaan, matigo-tigo gorokan. Sayang-sayang si Patokaan, matigo-tigo gorokan. Sayang sa kumangemo tanaman jauh, mangimu milelaklako. Sayang sa kumangemo tanaman jauh, mangimu milelaklako. Sayang. You're gonna repeat that one twice. Upon knowing the musical analysis of this, we have get to know that the first part of the song, you have the first stanza, sayang sayang si Patokaan, it's being repeated to the second section. Matigo-tigo, gurukan, sayang, sayang, sayang. There is a repetition. One of the elements of music of Indonesia is repeated, which is its form. The form of it is repeated. Sakumange mo tanaman jauh mangimu meleleklah ko sayang. Again, it is repeated. Sakumange mo tanaman jauh mangimu meleleklah ko sayang. And when it comes to timbre, it is nasal. The voice or the sound is coming in the nose. So that's why it's called nasal. Mangi mo mililikla ko sayang. So that is an example of a nasal voice. Moving on, let's see what have you learned so far. Are there any questions with regards to our lesson before we move on to this? If there is none, let us see what you have learned so far. The teacher will flash question on the screen. For each question, students, you have 15 seconds to write your answer on a piece of paper and show it on their webcam. Students that answered correctly within the given time will get a point. An additional point will be given to the fastest students who answered correctly for each question. Are you ready? All right, let's get started. For the quiz overview, there are 4 parts: the definition, types of instruments, multiple choice, and the true or false. Let's start with question number 1, or the part 1. Number 1 question. The most popular music ensemble in Java and Bali, Indonesia is called? Part 2, instruments and its classifications. Identify or answer yes or no. Is this a gender Panerus? Is it a yes or a no? Question number 4. What instruments is this? Question number 5. What classification of instrument is this? Question number 6. What do you call this instrument? Part 3. The multiple choice. Write only the letter of your choice. Which of the following Indonesian melody which refers to 5-tone scale? A. Pelog, B. Sipatukaan, C. Slendro. Question number 8. Which of the following is an example of texture? A. Allegretto, B. Monophonic, C. Pelog. Part 4. True or false? Question number 9. Javanese Gamilan music has a lot of changes in tempo and dynamics. Is it true or false? Last question number 10. Khendang is an aerophone instrument. True or false? Those questions. 1. Gamelan. 2. Khendang. 3. No, it's Gong Ageng. 4. Bonang. 5. Metallophone. 6. Suling. 7. Slendro. 8. Monophonic. 9. False. It's a Javanese music is solemn in character. 10. False. It's membranophone. Congratulations to those who got 8 above. That means you passed the test. And for those who got 7 to 6, congrats also because you're able to pass the 75% and the 60%. And for those who got 5 below, you need to reread and study it again. There you have, class. Remember that I give you an essential questions prior we start our topic. So now I need you to answer this. This would be a sort of your assignment to be submitted in our LMS. What are the musical ensembles of Indonesia and its characteristics? What are the vocal and instrumental music of Indonesia? How the musical instruments are used in selected songs and instrument pieces of Indonesia. Always remember that music plays an important role of a country's culture, differs depending on its geography and the material available in its place. That is why most of the countries has distinctive characteristics and it differs from region to region. And that's a wrap. Well done, everyone. Congratulations to all. And thank you so much for watching and reading and listening to this video. And I hope you're able to learn something of it. This is your teacher, RJ. I'll see you then by next lesson. Goodbye, everyone. Have a lovely day.